Danger. Yo, what's going on? It's someone that's no one, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report is coming from, we don't know, but it's off the Psychonaut wiki. The drugs used, Zopiclone and alcohol, at a dose of 30 milligrams. The route of administration was orally, age 16, and the setting at his house. So this is a really strong Zopiclone experience with some interesting hallucinations. It's an interesting experience. Nothing really like previous drugs we've done on this channel. So I think you guys are going to like it. And without further ado, let's dive right into it. One evening, I was at my grandparents' house by myself, so I decided to invite some friends over. I was 16 years old at the time. We mostly drank and chilled, and at midnight, everyone but 2 people left. So I told my one buddy we should take 2 Zopiclone each, 15 milligrams, something I regularly did without a problem. However, this dumbass made us take 4 mechs, 30 milligrams. At the time, I didn't know how stupid of a mistake we had made. So, voila. Here we are taking 4 at once at around 12:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. 10 minutes in, my buddy threw up. I guess he vomited a good part of the Zop in light of the effects he experienced. After that, the 2 of us must have blacked out, and our sober friend filmed us. My buddy threw up a few more times after his first vomiting fit. After that, we laid him down on the bed, but he didn't fall asleep. He was very drowsy, very hot, was having hallucinations, and barely knew where he was. He was convinced he was in his room, and ended up sleeping until I woke him up at night with a flamethrower, which will be explained. I could not sleep, and from what I heard, I had some crazy hallucinations. I hallucinated farting a cable, and I ended up throwing all the dishes and glasses in the house against the walls. I was convinced I saw a demon, so I made a flamethrower with a can of deodorant and a lighter, and I burned the wall in my room. I didn't know what I was doing and had totally lost my sense of touch. Some of the deodorant burned on my hand, but I didn't feel anything. I also felt very hyperactive. It wasn't long till noon the next day came around. When my parents arrived home, there were still broken dishes scattered all over the house. It was a huge mess. When my parents tried to wake me, I wouldn't wake up, so they believed that I had fainted. They finally succeeded in waking me up by pouring water on my head, but as I awoke, I realized I still couldn't speak at all. Palm face emoji and cross arms emoji. Our walk, it was more of a drunken stumble. It's difficult to articulate, but it was similar to being extremely drunk or dead. They wanted to call the police to get me drug tested, but they ended up taking me to the hospital. It was around 2 p.m. when I arrived at the hospital, and I was still in the same state. The doctor said I had to rest, so I went home and focused on recovering until around 5 p.m. when I finally came to. Danger. Do not take this high of a dose, as you can become totally disconnected from reality and have a good chance of blacking out. So here we are back with Zopiclone, this time with alcohol being consumed a few hours prior, which I don't doubt played an effect towards this experience. But first, let's get into what Zopiclone is for those of you unaware. Now, the drug Ambien might ring some bells. Zopiclone is similar. Ambien, or rather Zolpidem, and Zopiclone, along with some others, are part of a group known as the Z drugs. Typically, these drugs are similar to benzos in a depressant sort of way. It often is prescribed for sleep as its main use. But, unlike benzos, they have been known to be somewhat hallucinogenic. Typically, it isn't anything extreme, but with a dose of 30 milligrams in this report, it isn't surprising to see some of the hallucinations were delirium-like. It is also easy to get addicted to these substances, possibly being more addictive than benzos, with the withdrawal effects acting in a similar way, possibly being dangerous. These substances also present a cross-tolerance with benzos and other GABA depressants. But looking at this report, these guys absolutely were wilding out with this dose, because that is pretty much double what a standard heavy dose would be. And it isn't surprising that the effects lasted twice as long either. The experience seemed to completely provide a classic, I'm totally fucked up state. And like fucked up states, some extremely stupid stuff goes down. And as we see here, if you're planning to absolutely blast yourself on a substance, it's always smart to have a sober sitter. The flamethrower incident with the demon, yeah, that shit could have turned out way worse. But anyways, let's compare this to our other Zopiclone report, Wide Variety of Effects by her nibs. And her friend took 15 milligrams and pretty much ended up in a blackout state and passed out. She watched her friend and at the same time checked to make sure he wasn't ODing and all good. Now it may depend on the person/peoples or the dose inhibited by the users in this experience, but they for sure weren't sleeping off of it. The alcohol probably increased their effects and brought about some of the bad decision making later on. But other than that, I would like to see some more hallucinations off this substance. They seem to be in a plane of their own, possibly delirium related, but more reports will bring more light. So if you guys want to see more Zopiclone or any of the Z drugs, let me know below, and we'll get to that, or any other substance, let me know below. If you have a report, you know where to send it into the email, NoOneSubmitReport@gmail.com. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, hey, hit the sub button, like the video, follow the socials, you already know. It's been someone that's no one, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.